Okay, let's go ahead and get started here with this coding out this Twitter tool. I've already pulled in some boilerplate code from the my AppScript repository Sheets add-on, and we're going to build from there. It's just simply some styles, a file for JavaScript, and some sidebar HTML. And the very first thing we're going to do here is we're going to add a function for we're going to set properties with this function, because in order to use Twitter, we got to bring in another library that's going to make it easier for us to access some of those Twitter methods. And that library is TwitterLib for Google Apps Script. And there'll be a link to this in the comments below. And all you got to do, we're going to copy this key into our AppScript project under Resources, Libraries. This allows us to add in a library. So I'm just going to paste in that key, click Add. It shows you the TwitterLib right here. We have to choose a version. We want to go with the most recent 22. And we're going to turn on development mode. And the identifier is TwitterLib. That's telling us how we're going to access this library in our code. But I'm going to just click Save here. And now we got to make sure that everything is working with this TwitterLib. We want to first and foremost, we want to declare props equals properties service dot get script properties. Then we're going to props dot set properties, and the properties we want to set the exact ones that it tells you in here. We need a Twitter consumer key, consumer secret, access token, and access secret. So let's go ahead and copy these in here. And boom. I'm going to have to format this a little bit. Okay. Formatted that out there with quotes around all of these keys, and then I'm going to delete all others into true, because these are the only keys that we're going to need here. And we actually have to go to apps.twitter.com and create a new app for our Twitter profile here. I've created kind of a little demo one here, Mr. Jordan's demo, and then I've just styled it a little bit. You see no tweets or anything in there yet. And we're going to call this Classroom Twitter Demo. Give it a name. You got to give it a description. This is a demonstration of using Twitter with Google Apps Script. The website is going to be, I'm just going to put in mine, jordanray.com. Callback URL we don't need. And I have read the agreement. Let's go ahead and create everything there. Now we need to get some keys and access tokens. Right off the bat, it's already created a consumer key for us. I'm going to copy that into the quotes right here. I'm going to, where was I? I'm going to copy the secret into the next one. Obviously, these are going to be your own access tokens and secrets and keys. You could try to just, I guess, verbatim copy these, but I'm going to delete this after this video, so none of these tokens and keys will exist in a little while. So you actually have to click on Create the Access Tokens, and I'm going to copy those into, and make sure that you remove the spaces that are in there. I don't know why it copied spaces with that one, but it did. Let's copy that. And boom. Set properties has been created. Now we shouldn't need, we should not need our access keys anymore. We've copied them into the set properties function that we wrote, and we're actually going to just run set properties on its own. And you'll see it's going to ask for my permission to access document properties. That should be no problem because I trust the code that I'm writing. Okay, now you can actually check to make sure that those set by going to project properties, and you can see the script properties right in there. Perfect. Now we actually don't even need this set properties function anymore. I'm going to leave it there just for just because, just so that I can push it to GitHub later, and you know, you can see the code that was written. But we're gonna actually call this Twitter service, and we're gonna access those properties. Props equals properties service dot get script properties, and now we need to actually declare service, and we're going to call this Twitter lib, which is that what we imported earlier, the library that we imported earlier, Twitter lib, and we're going to say OAuth and props. It should just be OAuth and props. Yeah, perfect. Now we're going to if service.hasAccess. That's just a method that's going to return true or false, tell us that everything is authorized properly, and we're going to log you have access. And if not, let's just log you messed up somewhere. Whoa, you messed up somewhere. Now if I save this and if I run Twitter service, I should get a okay, so I've got an error here. You do not blah 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 blah. Okay, and I realize what I've done here. I did not actually declare this as a new. I didn't instantiate this with the keyword new. So go ahead and pop that new in there. We're declaring a new Twitter lib service, and if we check out our log, you have access. Everything was authorized perfectly. Okay, in the next video, I'm going to get started on actually accessing the tweets that we've got going on from our form. And then in the next video after that, we're going to actually start tweeting with our classroom Twitter.